think you can be looking elsewhere to try and find that inner peace or just coming back to the present. And actually, you don't need to do any of that. All you need to do is kind of just come to you, to close your eyes, take a breath and take that moment. And I think if we can all take that away from the exhibition, I think we can hopefully go a little bit further and finding peace of mind.
Well, it's been lovely talking to you both. It's a lovely message. Kel Spellman, thank you. And Ray Berminster, beautiful, beautiful pictures. Do take care of yourselves.
You can see all of Ray's pictures and add your own as well for a small donation by visiting the exhibition online. It's called Take a Moment for Mind. Do you have a moment now?
You've got to close your eyes.
Oh, sorry.
We'd love to see your closed eyes pictures this morning. You can email us, bbcbreakfast@bbc.co.uk, or tweet us using the hashtag bbcbreakfast. It'd be lovely to see.
You know what happened just then? When I said, shall we have a moment? Director said, move on, move on. Talk about spoiling the moment.
He does. Headlines
coming up next.
I'm Tom Kerridge, chef.
On campaigning after MPs reject his call to extend free school meals in England.
We'll be catching up with Paul Harvey, the piano teacher who became an internet sensation, and his famous pupils whose careers he helped to launch.
And this may be music to your ears. If it's raining with you at the moment, there's a good chance you'll have some sunshine into this afternoon. But get ready for quite a windy weekend. I'll have all the details here on Breakfast.
Good morning. It's Friday the 23rd of October. Our top story is that Donald Trump and Joe Biden have clashed in their final televised debate before Pepsto. Thomas, good morning to you. It looks beautiful there, but there are restrictions in place and they kick in today.
This evening, Wales will be under another national lockdown called a fire break, which
Chapter itself, now it's on its knees. You know, I just don't think you can keep shutting, you know. The 10 o'clock curfew is a
work that's going to be disrupted, but they of course are the focus of social life for some people. Pubs are at the centre of certain communities, and one sense you get as I've moved around different cities talking to different people the last few weeks is how some people will be affected in a big way. Either it is their business, their place of work, or explain the rules to her. She said, well, that's how I've been living for the last few months anyway. It doesn't feel like it's going to make much difference. But to underline the importance of the COVID patients.
Dan, thanks very much.
South Yorkshire is also set to join the highest level of restrictions. That's at midnight tonight. So we spoke to Treasury Minister Stephen Barclay earlier. There's been a mixed reception, hasn't there, to these measures?
Yes, there has. So this is a big and significant change to the job support scheme, which is what will come in a week tomorrow to replace the furlough scheme. And what Labour have said that you know, this is rushing out a patchwork of policies at the last minute. Downing Street said this is about adapting.
Helen, thanks very much, Helen Catt there.
The Scottish Government will lay out plans later today.
Time now, 11 minutes past 8. Let's talk to Matt, find out what's happening with the weather. A gorgeous sunrise there. How are you?
Good morning, Naga. I hope we're all very well. Thank you. A bit of Friday joy for your thoughts. Lovely sunrise in Eastbourne, and we'll all see the sunshine at some point through.
Very much.
Now, this week we've been looking at Europe's largest cancer unit, the Christie Hospital in Manchester, and we've been meeting patients and staff and hearing how they've been coping throughout the pandemic.
Breakfast Gemma Cubbin has been taking a look at how the hospital is tackling a backlog of patients at the same time as researching future treatments.
At the Christie, they haven't just fought cancer in the time of COVID, they've also fought COVID.
COVID's not going away anytime soon, but cancer diagnosis isn't going to change, and we need to be treating people.
In just 6 weeks from the start of the pandemic, they built this acute assessment ward from scratch, so patients infected with the virus wouldn't be denied the chance to continue their treatment.
We cannot go back to a complete lockdown. We cannot stop giving people treatment, because otherwise we are just creating a bigger problem, and that's what we've been trying to achieve here.
Hello. And you could see the upsurge now, it's happening.
Yeah. Oh, it is definitely happening. We're getting a lot more patients in.
Who's in today?
We've got 3 people in at the moment. They're all at different stages of their cancer journey. Unfortunately, they've got COVID at the same time. The important thing is we're able to continue with that treatment. We've not had to stop giving the treatment.
With a second wave already here, the Christie say they are ready to face it without the need to press the pause button once again. Not just on treatments, but clinical trials. Let me introduce Judith and her aptly named consultant.
This famous Dr. Krebs.
That's right, yes.
Dr. Cancer. It would have felt like a lifeline for a while to have it suddenly snatched away.
She'd ignored aches and pains before lockdown until what was cancer had spread.
When we saw the first scans, it looked as though the dog had been gnawing the bones. It was extraordinary. I just thought this was part of ageing.
Judith knows it is only the trial which is buying her time. How much time? She doesn't want to know.
I dread the how long have I got. I can't begin to think about that, and everybody's banned from asking that question because the answer is always going to be a guess.
It's just blooming tragic. It's buying your time in lockdown.
I know, yes.
Gordon Bennett.
Yeah, they could have organised that better.
It sounds like quite an important consultation you've got to...
I don't know whether we'll get to 51, but we'll carry on.
Here's hoping it.
Yeah, we've not got very few weeks to go now. This is a bonus this year.
Oh.
Definitely.
Buying time wasn't prioritised at the peak of the pandemic, but there is a belief now that it must be prioritised going forward.
Our strapline is tomorrow's medicines today, and that's what we're doing. So the stuff we're doing now will be the routine treatments in the next few years. So clearly we've got to carry on doing what we're doing, otherwise we'll stop developing new treatments for cancer, which is, can't happen.
But new research, new treatments, new knowledge depend on one thing: a continuous flow of new money.
COVID has hit the charity sector massively.
Certainly within research, we are reliant on the cancer charities to help provide that funding that drive those projects.
So who's this a badge of, Hugo? My nanny.
Is this Nanny No Knees?
Yeah. It's because her little legs were so short, weren't they? And she couldn't put you on her knee, could she?
Nanny No Knees was Diane Horn. She had 9 years of cancer treatment and trials at the Christie before she died. Her family were partway through 9 charity challenges for the hospital when COVID struck, and the challenges stopped. Cancer charities predict their spending on research could be halved in the next year.
It gave us so much really to value and to appreciate, because potentially, she would never have met her grandchildren had it not been for the Christie.
Hey up, we've got company. Your nanny would be killing herself laughing right now at you, young man.
But she would not have wanted any of this to be taken too seriously, as Hugo. Oh dear.
Of course, these are serious issues in serious times, but the Christie say they now have much better understanding of the virus and they are much better prepared to deal with whatever lies ahead, and that the pauses in treatments and trials of the first wave are far less likely to happen in the second.
You're really proud of your team, aren't you?
Absolutely, no question about that. I don't think we could have done anything without the whole team, the clinicians, the managers working together. And I think crisis like this helps for a team to work together.
It's been immensely challenging. It's been like nothing that we've ever worked it through before. But my God, have we met the challenge, and it's been really humbling to work in a place like this.
We can talk now to Professor Peter Johnson, who is NHS England's National Clinical Director for Cancer and also runs a new task force which has been set up to kickstart the recovery of cancer services across the NHS in England. Welcome.
The pandemic, to make sure that where people need operations or treatment, we can match that to where we've got the capacity if the system is under strain in some places.
Professor Peter Johnson, NHS England's National Clinical Director for Cancer, thank you very much for talking to us this morning.
Thank you.
8:25 is the time now. So when a fire broke out at Chester Zoo almost 2 years ago now, staff feared for the future of the creatures, called the destroyed rainforest area their home.
Well, following it, find out what's happening where you are with the news, travel and weather. We'll see you shortly.